Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Donate to reciprocate. Remember, everything that you donate goes directly to food, shelter, and water. Hit that like button. Peace, love, health, and wealth vibe tribe. Like and subscribe. Help your boy break away from that 9 to 5. My name is not important, but what is the fact that I'm here on behalf of Sacred Self Healing Center, where the heart is the center for healing. Understand when you come here, this is Spa Day for the soul. Manis and patties. I'm sorry, Spa Day for the soul. What is it? It's on the tip of my tongue. Chicken noodle soup for the spirit, and manis and patties for the ego. Understand that when you come here, this is a hard hat area, and self-development is the construction site. So if you not interested in working on yourself right now, you might not be comfortable, right? We don't use tarot or any other divination system to spy on people or anything like that, right? It's for healing and self-help. All right, that's what we use divination for, right? Healing and self-help. All right. So with that being said, I am more than just a tarot reader, you guys. I just play one on TV. So with that being said, you can get all of my information right here in the description box. Whether you want to find out about my coaching, Reiki, private readings, tarot school, coaching school, whatever you looking for, right? Only thing you got to do is hit me up for a free consultation. I want to shout out Nightbot, the coolest bot in the world. I want to shout out to Sophia HDZ. Shout out to you, HDZ. I want to shout out to Sacred Self Healing Center, where the heart is the center for healing. I want to shout out Jizzle with the sauce, right? The top boss, Jizzle with the sauce, and everybody else who's going to either come in and watch this live, or people who's going to watch this on the replay. Peace, love, health, and wealth to you all. All right, so we got a 789 portal today. 789 portal. All right, so it's the 7th day. The 7th month, 8th day, and the 9th year. When you add 2025 together, 4 plus 5 equals 9. To me, what this could signify is acceleration of some of our manifestations, especially as we move towards the 8-8 Lionsgate. Remember, what we just the celestial events we just had over the last couple weeks, including like the longest day of the year, all of that stuff, right? The sun is shifting things for us right now. Long story short, and this 789 portal, right, pushing us through, is going to bring completion. One, it's going to show us where to take action. Two, and it's going to push us closer to fulfillment. Three, right? That's the 789. So make sure y'all, y'all doing y'all thing and doing it the right way. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up the floor. I already did the collective reading, which was the strength card. The strength card, okay. Strength card was the reading of the day, the card of the day. Go figure, right? Okay. So I just had I'm doing an anonymous reading right now. So it looks like against all odds it's been a decision being made already, and it looked like the decision was based on what a person wanted, right? They looking to see who or what can fulfill their desires. And I believe that there is or was somebody that they was consulting in order to make the decision. And I feel like the decision is pretty much final right now. All right, I feel like the decision is pretty much final. And it looked like they put some things behind them, right? And it's old, I don't know if it's old emotions, new emotions, or what, but they looking for balance. They looking for partnership. They looking for duality. They looking for somebody to fulfill what they need. And there's nothing really wrong with that. I think they think that you can fulfill what they want and need. Hence why they willing to let go of the emotional turmoil. The reason why they might be willing to let those old ships crash and sink, right? Because they looking forward towards something new. And excuse me, you might be looking for something new. But this three is saying to me, right? They looking for growth, they looking for expansion, but they also, to me, is almost like it's a big thing about trust is what I'm getting from this three of cups, right? It's all about trust. And I feel like they feel like they made a good decision. It's and the thing about this ten of pen, I mean the ten of wands is that not only do they feel like they made a good decision, right? But they also want closure. They ready for closure, right? They're ready for closure and they can see an end in sight, right? Remember, this Ten of Wands has always been about seeing the end in sight, right? Whatever you've been carrying is almost over. Now, in the upright, mean that it might be a little too heavy, right? But in the reverse, mean that it's going to be swift, right? It's going to be over swiftly. And yeah, I would just say be ready for whatever come with the decision that's being made. Be ready to come forward because the situation isn't going to be half-hearted, right? This situation requires you to be fully present at all times, right? Fully present at all times. Yeah, and it's funny you typed that because I was done with the private question that I had got. All right, what can I do for you? Shorty, shorty. Do what? Do what? And shout out to everybody who sitting in the back watching the commercials. I appreciate. Matter of fact, let me turn the commercials up. I apologize for all my subscribers, for all my for the fam. But I'm about to turn these commercials up. Shit, since people want to sit back and watch, let's monetize. You know what I'm talking about? Don't leave. Don't leave. Let's see. Cause we'll know who it is. We'll know. Look, and this is what I figured out. We'll know who it is. Cause soon as I get done going live, they gonna go live, or they gonna go live when they feel like my shit going slow. They keep doing it over and over and over and over. So let me turn up these commercials real fast. I'm about to put these commercials on crackhead mode. It's crazy. It's crazy when you gotta put your chat on subscribers mode only and all of that crazy stuff, right? It's crazy work. But the real ones, the ones who ready to work. And the crazy part is, I unsubscribe and everything, and I still wish peace, love, and health and wealth on everybody. But my thing is that shit, even if you come with me under an incognito tip, pull up on me. I help you. I help people for free all the time. Maybe that's why I'm broke, but you know, you know, who's calling my phone? Head ass. Who's calling that? What do I need to know about my current situation? Tomorrow is my job interview. And that's fine. We can work on your tarot question. You know what? What I will tell you is confidence. The reason why people have anxiety, the reason why certain things happen is because people anticipate an outcome, right? And only outcome I want you to anticipate of one of whatever you want is already yours because it was meant to be. They need to talk about no life, basically. That's why they come. That's cool, but this is, I say how I say, funny in a funny way, but deep down inside, though, like, it's all love, shit. It's all love. It is. It's all love. I just don't understand the competition because everybody keeps saying that I'm in competition with them. And I don't understand because I don't never try to take over nobody's situation. I don't never try to outshine, outdo nobody. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was listening to this one he she uh body of a he she penis of a 2-year-old he and but you know they be trying. For some reason it's like when after people listen to my readings and I go listen to them, it's almost like they try so hard to give people like so much information. Like, I don't understand why people start doing that after they meet me. Because I talk a lot, people change the way they read. Only reason why I read the way I do is because I didn't have friends growing up. So I always been deprived of human interaction, right? And so that's where my social shit came from. Because in my life, a part of me healing was was I don't know how to socialize with people the way society socialize with people. I'm different from people. And so I always been on the outside looking in. So I always had this excitement, this lust, this thirst to be accepted. And unfortunately, it used to cause me to do bad things or things that people would consider to be bad. To me, when I look at my life from the past, I was just living, trying to figure myself out, trying to be happy, right? I wasn't thinking like, okay, I'm gonna be a good guy today. Today I'm gonna be a bad guy. Today I'm gonna be a thief. Today I'm gonna be a cheater. Like, no, who the fuck walks around and think about life like that? It's just somehow people just live their life and somehow, some way they just end up in bullshit, or somehow, some way they end up in a healthy situation. I'm an introvert. I will only do yes no readings. Yeah, but yes no readings is very dangerous because yes no people will go and make a decision of a yes or a no. And as a tarot reader, I'm somebody to tell you that timelines change. Um, if a person, depending on your energy and your ability to heal, so to speak, you telling somebody something can help them avert the inevitable, because you put your energy to something that could possibly happen, and then they do it. And if you a real reader and stuff like that, and you understand, not a real reader, but if you understand certain energies and stuff like that, you know, as a reader, you can lay a layer of protection over everybody that you read for, because your intention is to help people. So by you operating in your true intention, people automatically benefit from you just by coming by and hearing your voice, right? It's various reasons why people don't come back to my channel, right? But I got so many stories, right? If I went through my phone, I got so many confirmations, so many stories, so many, hey, this happened, just like how you said, what's up, Jip? Okay, so I want to do another tarot reading for you, but what I intuitively got for you for the job interview is confidence. And another thing too is I want you to research. I want you to research the company. I want you to know everything you know about the company, right? And I want you to flip a question on your manager, right? I want you to ask the manager, like, yeah, I see the company was built in 1919. Do you know if the original owners was American, right? Say some weird shit like that. Fuck up the whole interview, but you're gonna get hired on the spot because it's gonna show that you went above and beyond, right? When they, like, I'm telling you, you sorry for your loss. What happened? What I miss? I'm a healer, not a pro reader. I don't know what that means. Oh, your cat died? Sorry to hear that. Why can't I see the message? I don't even know where her message at. Oh, she ain't type it. Maybe y'all seen it somewhere else. I didn't know. But that's a lie. I heard somebody talking about it. I'm surprised y'all do. Let me stop playing. I'm gonna stop joking because I don't want nobody to think I'm serious. Let me stop joking. My spiritual cat passed abruptly, being mangled. Well, well, 9 times out of 10, when stuff like that happen, now I know. Now watch, right? Just pay attention because somebody else gonna repeat this. 9 times out of 10, when stuff happen like that, your cat was protecting you. So, your cat won, and now you gained an ancestor. So, um, this is a time to rejoice. This is a time to be happy. This is a time to celebrate, right? Because your cat never died in vain. Never, not at all. Right? It could have been somebody that you thought was a friend, could have been sending hate to you, and the hate inhabited an animal, and your cat was there to protect it. You never know. That animal probably could have came and chewed a wire and caused a leak or something like that. Like, you never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Will you get a new job? Yes, you will. I don't answer will questions. My will questions, how I answer will questions is that if it's meant for me, then it will be. If not, then it won't be. So if you want a job, then I want you to do everything you can to get a job. Now, if you want me to help you get a job, that's different, right? But it ain't a matter of if or when, right? It ain't a matter of will I. No, the answer is always yes. Yes, I can. Yes, I will. That's the answer to that always, right? How about you ask, what do I need to remove or what do I need to focus on to get a job, right? The job is there for you, right? That's not a variable. Whenever we got a goal, this is for everybody. Whenever we got a goal, a dream, an aspiration, remember that goal, dream, aspiration is not a negotiable. That goal, that dream, that aspiration is not flexible. It's not negotiable. And it's damn sure not up for debate. You understand what I'm saying? If you want it, then it shall be. The only question is, how can I get it? That's it. That's it, y'all. Come on. And all my folks here, y'all know. Y'all should have been on top of that. Y'all know. All my sacred emissaries, y'all know what's up. I want you to start focusing on when I get my job, this is going to happen. When I get my job, my life is going to change like this. That's what I want you to focus on. Don't focus on when, because then you leaving it up to chance, right? Don't leave it up to chance. Will it into existence. Will is not something you ask about. Will is something that you do, right? When you say I am, that is your will in action, right? When you say I am, that's your will in action. That's you swinging a sword, cutting down leaves to clear up the path for you to get to where you need to be. You understand what I'm saying? Can somebody write that down so I can make a book? I'm gonna write a book on that. Whatever I just said like 30 seconds ago, it was freestyle. So I need somebody to rewind, write that down, and send it to me. Cause I'm gonna write a whole book on that. No more than 2 months from now. I'm gonna get a job no more than 2 months from now. Every single night when you go to sleep, I want you to say, tomorrow is the day I get a job. If that's what you really want, tomorrow is the day I get my opportunity. Tomorrow is the day I start my business. And if any doubt creep in your mind, for every 1 ounce of thought, you got to say that affirmation twice. For any little speck of doubt that creep into your mind, you got to say that affirmation 3 times. Right? Your will to succeed has to be bigger than your fear of failure, right? I don't know if anybody ever heard that before, but if y'all can find anybody who said that, let me know. But if not, then I'm a go ahead and copyright that, right? That's time stamped on a couple lives ago. Your will to succeed got to be bigger than your fear of failure. It has to be. And remember, your will is expressed through I am. Well, let me know who it is so I can properly give them their credit. I'm gonna put that on the t-shirt. All right, so we're 30 minutes in, right? I'll probably just shoot out another 30. So for those people who had questions for cards, what up? Peace, love, health, and wealth, beautiful soul. Can I borrow 100 Bitcoin, Bright? Bright, you give me familiar energy. I don't know how or where, but you seem so familiar. I always wanted to tell you that. I don't know who the person is. I really don't know who the person is. But you remind me of somebody. All right. So for the two people that we was just talking to, on a free consultation tip, right? Um, the only thing you need to know is that confidence is key. And for the other person, there's no question of will. It's a matter of what am I doing to make it happen. That's it. Okay? That is it. All right. So if y'all want to get like a general reading or if y'all want to ask a different question, then go ahead. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. All right. But as for right now, that's what it is. All right. So if anybody here who did I turn up the commercials? If I did turn up the commercials, I apologize. But I just people just keep coming and hanging around, and it make me sad because I really want the best for them, but they be sitting back spying and creeping, and so I turn up the commercials, hopefully to negate that negative feeling that I feel. But if they want to sit there and watch the commercials, then fuck it. Bye. your boy some wings. Don't want you donate to the channel. 30 minutes in, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, donate to reciprocate. Remember, everything that you donate goes directly to food, shelter, and water. Understand that I am more than just a tarot reader. I just play one on TV. In reality, I am a porn star. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. All right, Seven of Swords for you on the general tip. It's not creepy if you understand the psychology behind why it happens. See, typically stuff like that happen because people subconsciously is learning, subconsciously is healing, right? But they neural pathways is so deeply rooted in negativity that they gotta be negative even when they're healing. You ever see somebody who was proven to be wrong in front of everybody and they still had to get the last word? Like, why couldn't you just walk away humbly? Why did you just have to get the last word? That's what this is, because they can't move on. Their emotional body is too tuned in to negative emotions. That's why people who like I know some hitmen, right? I'm gonna keep it a honey bun. I know some hitmen, right? And and sometimes in order for you to carry out your job, you gonna have to tap into emotions, because the person that you're trying to carry out on the job for, you might think is a good person, or you might think they humble, or you might think that whatever reason that you're there for is not true, right? But you got to follow through with the mission, right? People in the military go through this, all types of stuff, right? And so what a lot of people do is they say, "Oh, you a bitch," or "You a hoe," and then especially if they can get you to respond, it gives them the energy they need to carry out the mission, right? And so that's why a lot of people say, "Don't even respond, just keep walking." But it is what it is. Oh yeah, who, if you've been feeling like somebody been stalking you, or somebody, they probably want some cheeks. They probably want some cheeks. I don't know why I don't know why they stalk me. I think it's just because I talk a lot and I read, and people think I read good. I don't read good. I just talk a lot. I think that's it. I ain't spiritual like some people who be hearing voices and shit. I ain't spiritual like that. I got like one voice. That's mine. Hmm. Okay, anyway, Seven of Swords, okay. So take the meat, leave the bones. All right. Moving into today, going to tomorrow, I see you coming up with a game plan. I see you coming up with preparation. Um 9 times out of 10, you can look up the questions that the company is going to ask you, right? And I want you to try to have a mock interview, and I want you to try to leave something behind, right? I want you to leave behind, I don't know if it's like fear, anxiety, right? But I want you to take some things and I want you to leave something behind. So if you want, it's noon where I'm at right now. At some point, we can have a mock interview, but I know you don't got much time. Or we can try to Google and look at some questions or something. But if you need some advice, let me know. But it's a matter of time, all right? So I just want you to swifty, right? Meaning that I want you to be calculated in your next moves. Well, I want you to start working on your I statements. I want you to work on your answers, because there's a particular way you can answer all questions in an interview. They have a style of asking questions, right? As a person who majored in business, right? They have a style of asking questions, and they're looking for a particular set of answers. Now, 9 times out of 10, when you answer, they're gonna grade you like 1 to 4 or something like that on your question, and they're gonna have a rubric. Did this person cover this? Did this person cover that? Did this person speak in complete sentences, et cetera, et cetera? right? So you need to get those statements ready, your questions, right? Because a lot of times people fear getting the answers wrong. It ain't even the fact that they don't know the answer, is they fear getting the answer wrong. But if you know how to answer the question, then any question you answer will be answered correctly, if that makes sense. I know I talk a lot. Right. Peace, love, health, and wealth. All right. So I want you to be strategic. And I feel like you got to worry. Something about oversharing, talking too much, right? Something about oversharing. Like, you're going to have to keep things light and simple, right? Oh, you know what it is? You're going to have to read the room. When you get there, you're going to have to match the environment. Not in a toxic way, but you're going to have to fit in. Small talk. Whatever people all talk about, right? If you see a picture on the desk or something like that, if a person a fan of a sports team, um, you comment on the sports team, but you clean it up by saying, like, even if you know nothing about the team, you be like, well, I've been disappointed ever since they lost the championship in 2020. I don't want to say too much about that because I can go on and on. So you say something like that, right? But it shows that you're aware, but you're not liable to show how much you actually know. You understand what I'm saying? It's ways to get people to talk about what you want them to talk about without them knowing that you don't even know what the hell you talking about. Right? A good way of doing that is compliments. Right? Because if you compliment somebody on a shirt or the color or something like that, then they're gonna think that you see the value in things that they see value in. Right? Soon as you come in, just smile, be like, wow, right? As soon as you see the person you're supposed to interview with, smile and shake their hand. You'd be like, I gotta be honest, I was really nervous, but the energy here just make me feel so good. Or, say it in your own words, right? But but put it in your own words, of course, but it's ways around that, right? It's ways around that. All right, so was my other friend here that was talking about the job interview? Where my other friend at? Where Nara at? What's up, big little one? The smooth operator. What's going on? 'Yeah, you gotta show personality. That's what I'm saying. You gotta get in with them. You gotta get in with them because at the end of the day, they are people looking for people. I did that too in the interview before. 'Alright, gangster. Alright, Jip. Did you want to read in Jip? 12:12. All right, so I think so. Since we got a couple people here, I'm about to have an after party on the other on the other tip. We can chill, listen to music. It'll be a little bit more relaxed and everything over there. Y'all know because of the monetization, I'm not gonna play no music over here. But on the other one, 1012, 1012 Prospect Avenue, Cleveland, Ohio, 44115. All right, I'm creating a live over there on the other channel. Free live love readings. Yeah, we can go over there to the new channel and hang out. A general love. You want a general love reading? Who's calling that? Who's calling that? All right, I got one more thing to do before I be ready. I'm hungry. What the hell? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and eat this leftovers. I am starving. You can come over to my other channel and do a love reading. All right, y'all. The live is ready and set. I'll see y'all over there. Peace, love, health, and wealth. Anything else, put it back on the shelf. Why? Because I ain't buying it. All right, so we're going to the other channel for the love readings. All right, we're doing love readings at the other channel. Nara, you hear me? You got like 30 seconds to respond before I have to be up out of here.